Next, partitioning. This is pretty useful when you want to return a page of records. So imagine we want to display courses in pages, and the size of each page is 10. So to get courses in the second page, we use context.courses.skip. So skip 10 records, and then take another 10 records. That's it. That returns courses in the second page. Next, element operators. These operators are pretty useful. So far, all we have returned was a list of courses or a list of authors. What if you want only a single object or the first object in the list? That's when we use these operators. So, context.courses, you can use first to return the first course in the table, and this is based on the order that courses are stored in the table. So because we haven't applied any ordering, by default, they're sorted by their primary key. So if you want to sort them on a different property, you can do order by, say, level, and then select the first one. We also have a similar method called first or default. With the first method, if this courses table or this courses list is empty, you're going to get an exception when you call the first method. So we can use the first or default. In this case, it's going to return null in case there are no records in the target source. Also note that both these methods have overloads. So you can use them without any arguments, just like we have done so far, or we can supply a predicate, a condition. So we can say, give me the first course that its price is greater than, say, $100. Similar to the first method, we also have a method called last. Context.courses.last, and we also have last or default. But remember, the last method cannot be applied when you are working with a database like SQL Server. These methods are all part of LINQ, and as I told you at the beginning of this section, LINQ can be used with different data stores like XML, SQL Server, objects in memory, and so on. So these are the basic operations that are defined in LINQ. Not all of them can be translated into SQL. In SQL, we don't have an operator to get the last record in a table. If you want the last record, you need to sort them in a descending way and then select the first record. We also have another method, single, and a similar method, single or default. So this is used to return only a single object. Give me a course with ID 1. Now, if there is a course by that ID, it will be returned. Otherwise, you're going to get an exception. In that case, you would use single or default. Also note that if the condition you're supplying here results in multiple records, again, you're going to get an exception. Next, quantifying. We have a couple of useful methods here. Context.courses.all. So all method takes a func of course and bool, which is a predicate. So you can use this method to see if all courses satisfy a criteria. For example, we can write C goes to, are all courses above $10? That returns a boolean. We also have a similar method called any. So context.courses.any, again, you supply criteria. Do we have any courses that is in level 1? Like that. And last one, aggregating. Sometimes you may just want to get the count of courses in the database. You don't want to read all these courses. So context.courses.count. That returns an integer. We also have average, sum, max, and min. So let's say we want to find the price of the most expensive course in the database. So context.courses.max, of course, goes to price. We also have min and average. Now, to emphasize, with any of these methods, you can chain them together. For example, imagine we want to find the count of all courses in level 1. So courses dot where c goes to level equals 1 count. Of course, we could write this predicate inside the count as well, but this is just for demonstration. Alright, so that was pretty much all about LINQ extension methods. Again, similar to the last lecture, I have created a cheat sheet that you can download in the supplementary materials of this lecture.